Now, people sometimes say, what makes us stand out from others? Well, the things that I think that make us different from the opposition is I'm the person that the customer deals with from start to finish. All the documents for the registration are sent to the relevant companies by ourselves, because our companies we've had the customer to do themselves. We always give this customer the service they're looking for. The other thing is that most of the people who work for our company to give out the quotes are actually energy assessors, and they have a knowledge of the installation process and also the technology side, whereas some companies it's the salesman will go and they'll try and sit in the house and do a pressure sale. We don't do that under the regulations from that point of view. Now, with the solar, we also, the solar PV installation, there's a feed-in tariff which has been reduced dramatically. To allow for installation to be registered and qualify for the feed-in tariff, we are members of the National Institute of Electricians. We're also members of REA, which is the Renewable Energy Association, which have certain guidelines that all companies have got to follow, i.e. we won't call at somebody's house unannounced, we won't stay at anybody's house longer than 2 hours, and basic things like that. Plus another the good thing about the REA is if somebody gives you a deposit of 25% and something goes wrong with that company or we cease trading tomorrow, your deposit, the client's deposit is safe and secure, because REA would give people a deposit back. We're also members of MCS, which is to do with the micro generation scheme, registered with them, and also Trustmark registered. Now, the reason Trustmark, all these, and plus the fact we give a 6-year guarantee, and then there's the manufacturers, if they have extra warranties or performance criteria, that would apply as well. The best situation for installing panels is on a south-facing roof, but it can be fitted on anything except a north roof. So we can look at putting them in most roofs, or some people, if they've got a lot of land, would maybe want it a frame built and put it on the ground. That can be done as well. Has anybody got any questions?
Do you need planning permission and building warrants to put these sort of things up on roofs?
For a domestic installation, no. What you may need, if you're in a conservation area, you will need to speak to local planning. You might need to submit an application. Building warrants are not required, no. Not for houses.
If it's a listed building,
commercial installations you may.
If it's a listed building, you would need.
A listed building you would need, yeah. But if it's a general run-of-the-mill house that's not a conservation or listed building, you don't require. But if you're putting one in the ground, you need planning permission.
Right.
How have you found the demand in the last, is it demand rising? Because it was set to be a massive rise in demand for this product, and I don't seem to see it.
It has started quieting down, but it's beginning to go again. And what we're finding as well is companies are beginning to look as part of the greener issue because of their carbon emissions, their accounting and their reporting. They've got to reduce their carbon. And the other thing as well is cost, because electricity is only ever going to go up, and companies are beginning to see, because if they can put on a solar and improve the energy rating of the building, in years to come it will save them money on council tax, because in my opinion in the next few years properties their council tax will be based on their carbon emissions. I think it would have been in, but I certainly think by 2020 it will be in. in some form. So people have got to, because there's a Green Deal proposed to start on the 1st of October, and it's all about carbon emissions. So these are things we've got to wait and see from that point of view.
Ian,
That's it.
Ian, have you done anything in church buildings at all?
Yes. I've just signed a contract that signed yesterday for one.
The reason I ask, just simply from the point of view of obviously churches aren't used on a daily basis, albeit I'm thinking of halls which are actually used during the day, during the week, on Sundays as well. But during the winter, if it's evening stuff, then you're actually burning electricity. But I'm thinking of obviously of the money that the church can get back. Now, if it's done as a commercial thing, would they be able to claim the VAT back if they're not VAT registered, or is there a way around that?
A church is a charity,
Yeah.
so the church would only pay 5% VAT.
Right, right.
It would be that, and you don't claim the VAT back, and then the income is tax free. But that would be something you need to get your treasurer to check with the accountants.
Yeah.
And
No,
all
but
that.
I'm thinking that our church halls are about to be redone big time, and the main roof faces due south. And I've been thinking about this for a wee while, and nobody's mentioned it. I'm in the session, and nobody's mentioned this about renewable energies or anything.
Well,
and I'll be pushing for it in the next few months.
right. Well, certainly it's worth it. I mean, because the church are doing, the treasurer, they had money in an account in the bank,
Right.
earning nothing. They're now going to have a 15%.
That's worthless, sure. Right, okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Ian,
You go, Boyd.
beat you to it. Would something like a solar panel be good for a landlord? Because I mean that would bring in double income from a house that they're renting out.
Sorry?
Renting the house out, a landlord put solar panels on a house they're renting out. They've sort of
Right,
double income.
there
haven't
is- There is a slight problem there now.
they? Yep.
Because they're
Can they
trying,
do it?
right, because what is happening
30
is
seconds, Ian.
they are changing the regulate the rules as from 1st of April. If anybody, once they have 2 installations, the income is going to drop to 8 pence. So from now on it's a no-no. It was. That's why they brought in these, because the people that were doing renter roofs have maybe got 1,000 roofs. Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much, Ian.